Welcome to the ANZAC Super Series 5, New Zealand versus Australia. We are at the Auckland ABA Stadium on the 28th of July. With you today, Isaac Savage and the man himself, Shay, Mr. Business Brock. Welcome along today, Shay.
Oh, thanks for having me. Oh, Jesus Christ, we're straight into it.
Straight into it again. So we just had an exhibition with the two females. Once again, we've gone back to the frantic pace of bragging rights, New Zealand versus Australia. Here in the blue corner from New Zealand, Liam Hulme, and in the red, Connor Dipplesmann.
Oh, we see the Aussie boys starting to put the pace on Kiwi lad now.
Well, it's one apiece, and after this fight, someone's going to be ahead. But the way the Aussie's starting, this may not go the distance.
Well,
this guy's coming out wild.
What we know for certain is the Aussies come fit, they come strong, and they come ready. So, you know, it's likely he can keep this pace up for the 3 rounds. So, Kiwi boy's going to have to pull something out. He's doing well to weather the storm so far, and he's come back with his own shots, though.
Just holding that guard up while the Aussie, Connor Dipplesmann, just lets loose. Right hands, left uppercuts, right uppercuts. He's just going crazy about. We see Liam coming through now, holding that guard. He might just wait for him to unleash and potentially gas himself out. We may not see that with these lighter fighters, eh, Shay?
Yeah, well, that's what I was just sort of like. I was thinking, man, how long can you keep this pace up? And there we see left hook land clean by the Aussie.
Now we see Liam coming forward. You know, he's weathered the storm, and now it's his turn to shine. Although he did eat a big jab there, but he's coming forward, still the aggressor now. Ate another jab there from Connor.
Wow, he's got a bit of pace to make up for after that strong start from the Queenslander.
And you know, when you in the eyes of the judges, is it enough? Is it enough later in the round if you've won? Or, you know, gotten so far ahead early on the rounds and then finishing strong like the Australian is here in these later rounds, or the later part of the first round, sorry.
Yeah, well, and here's the other thing, you know, the Queensland, he's coming out strong, but a lot of those were landing on the guard. Obviously, we've seen a lot of clean shots as well, particularly the left hook that I pointed out. And then we see, you know, if we were back on the point system, computer point system, it could be the round could be a lot more even than we may assume.
As I always allude to, and you're probably quite happy about it as well, I'm happy we're up here and not on the judges' scorecards, because every single fight today, they've got the work cut out for them. They're going to have to, obviously they always stare and they're concentrating very hard, but they're going to have to be right on the edge of their seats for every single fight today, Shades. There's no sitting back. They're going to have to really analyse every single fight to ensure that either Australia or New Zealand comes away with the win on the scorecard today.
Well, we see the Australian corner very animated in the corner there, so it's probably going to expect a lot more of what we saw in the first round, if that's anything to go by.
Well, with the Aussie, Connor just came out wild, but now we're seeing Liam turn up the pace. And once again, I can't commend Regan on this matching today. I mean, every single fight so far has just been so well matched. Mm-hmm. And to do it trans-Tasmanly is just a superb job. Oh, big right here from the Aussie.
It seems like now that he's slowed down a little bit and he's using his angles, picking his shots, he's finding a lot more success.
Loving the power there, the duck and the weaving. Actually bobbed and then threw a left body shot again at Liam. Connor throwing a lot more aggressive shots, going straight to the breadbasket, then going back up top. Look at that too. You know, when the Kiwi boy holds his guard, well, just as I say that, he started unleashing, throwing a bit more. Big left there from the Aussie, and a left uppercut.
He's still just pushing his opponent back onto the corners, letting his hands go, and finding a target now.
I don't know where Connor's getting this energy from. How can you throw such a frantic pace, even now, second round in? Obviously, he's young, he's fit, he's got gas for days.
Oh, just as we say that, Kiwi lad lands a good uppercut there on his opponent.
But anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah,
is the motto of Connor. As he just comes forward, aggressive shots, just massive overhand rights and uppercuts. Really, yelling and stepping into his punches as he throws them. Just as we say that, though, it's almost like the other corner's listening. Liam comes back.
Yeah.
Bit of a touch of gloves, punch off, push off as they finish the round.
Yeah. Unsure whether he wants to show their respect or not.
Was it a touch of gloves or like a punch? See you next round.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. See you around the corner.
It's good though. You should only really hug after the fight.
Before and after. Yep. Before and after. But yeah, another strong round from the Australian boy there. He's displaying good skills, particularly with the angles. The choice of shots as well. I mean, towards the end he got a little bit predictable with going that uppercut, trying to land that uppercut a little bit too much. But I mean, what can you say? He's landing his shots. He's doing well. That's
the thing too. When the pace is so frantic, with the fight we saw prior, when it's a little bit more slower pace and they cut down the shots, you can start reading things.
Yep.
With this pace, it's pretty hard to read what the other guy's doing. If they're just throwing shots all left, right, centre, how do you figure out what the other guy's doing? Do you just go back at the same pace?
Yeah, well, I think it's all about rhythm. You you can kind of sense what kind of punches they've been throwing. Where the next, you can kind of calculate or almost predict where the next one's going to land.
These guys are a perfect matchup in that sense. Their styles are so similar that that's a great recipe. Liam comes forward in the red, then Connor comes forward in the blue. This is a classic Aussie-New Zealand matchup. Big looping left hook that just missed the head there of Liam.
Well, you see Liam going for the uppercut a lot more. You can see the Aussie boy coming straight. He almost leading with his head. Leading with his head straight down the middle, and he's getting caught a couple of times.
Look at that body movement. He's moving back, using his body, twisting and talking to try and move with those shots. That's sort of working to his advantage. Putting the left foot out, planting the right foot and launching an uppercut is sometimes working for Liam.
Yeah. I'd like to see a little bit of, maybe even go on the angle from the Kiwi lad, because I mean, this Aussie boy's just pushing him straight back onto the ropes. Even just step off, let his hands go.
In some ways too, Shay, the headgear, I mean, I keep seeing the heads clash and hit each other. Do you feel you will be a bit more loose with your head with the headgear on?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't ever think it when I'm in the ring, so I wouldn't really. I guess so. Yeah, you would.
As we say this, they're thrown down. Both boys connecting. Oh,
beautiful shots
now. This is an absolute barn burner of a fight. Both these guys are throwing hammer and tong. 10-second clapper. Both going at it. One guy wants it. I don't know who wants it more though.
Well, Connor's starting to open himself up a little bit more in this last round, but again, he's still controlling the pace.
Shay, that was an absolute crazy fight. What a finish. Both these boys threw down.
Fights like that, we want to see another 3 rounds. And like I said earlier, this is the thing we see with the amateur bouts. You only got the 3 rounds, so you give it everything you got for 3 rounds. You didn't have to save yourself for another 4, 5, 6 rounds.
Too true. Liam Hulme there in the red, representing New Zealand. Connor Dipplesmann from Queensland, Australia in the blue. Once again, what a frantic fight as we go to the judge's decision.
Only young fellas, 14, 15-year-old, the junior category.
Very young, and once again a bright future ahead of these boys for such a young age.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the scorecards remaining. We have a decision by way of majority decision going to the blue corner.
There you have it, Connor Dipplesmann from Queensland, Australia, taking out the win.
Nice up. And if these young boxers are walking past you on your way out of the ring, ladies and gentlemen, you look down on the ring. Okay, got number 5 on the cards.